Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night. We do have a lot to get to. That new guidance expected soon on COVID booster shots, a third shot for vaccinated Americans, what we've learned tonight, and in a moment, Dr. Richard Besser will join us. But we're going to begin tonight with the urgent race now to evacuate tens of thousands of Americans and Afghans who helped the U.S. out of that country. Tonight, the State Department just reporting that all U.S. Embassy personnel who were trying to get out are now out, except for a core group that will now help get those Afghans who helped the U.S. out of the country. It comes amid disturbing new images tonight of the deadly chaos more than 24 hours ago. Afghans clinging to that C-17. This video tonight showing a young man recording himself sitting on the side of a U.S. military plane as it taxied on the Kabul airport runway before takeoff 24 hours ago. We're also learning more tonight about this stunning image. More than 640 Afghan men, women, and children all packed into that single C-17 cargo plane. We showed you this last night. One defense official saying they had never seen a mission with that many people, calling it, quote, pretty unprecedented. Tonight, the Taliban holding their first news conference. Our reporter, the only American network in the room. The Taliban was pressed about women and girls in that country and their already fragile freedoms. Will they be protected? Our Ian panel asking about the Afghans who helped the U.S. and the West. Will they be protected too? How the Taliban responded to all of this. Hundreds are lining up outside the airport, flights back up and running. The Taliban spokesman promising Afghans who helped that they would have amnesty, but adding they don't want them to leave. The White House was pressed today on reports U.S. intelligence did in fact predict this was a possibility and whether it was ignored, and about how to get the Afghans to the airport with the Taliban controlling the road in. So far, they are only letting foreigners pass through and not Afghans. And tonight, the Pentagon now saying they plan to transport up to 9,000 people out of that country a day, and that they aim to complete the mission by August 31st. Of course, the deadline President Biden had already set. ABC senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell leading us off from Kabul tonight.
Tonight, the flight from Kabul. As many as 11,000 American citizens and tens of thousands of Afghans now desperately trying to get out. 4,000 US troops securing the airport here. One day after Afghans swarmed the runways, clinging to a cargo plane, the Air Force now investigating reports several people were killed falling from it. This new video showing several men sitting on the side of the plane as it taxied. The Taliban dispersing crowds trying to get into the airport today as evacuation flights resumed. To access those evacuation flights on the military side of the airport, Afghans must first pass through Taliban-controlled civilian areas, the runway dividing the two. But for now, the Taliban only letting foreigners through. The US planning to launch one flight an hour, up to 9,000 people departing each day. But so many still far from getting on those planes.
Stuck at the north gate. We have no idea what's going to happen. It's 10:13 p.m. and still we have no idea how this is going to work.
That former interpreter, who we're not identifying to protect his safety, telling us the Taliban later showed up firing shots to clear the area. US officials confirming today there's now direct communication with the Taliban to manage the evacuations.
The Taliban have informed us that they are prepared to provide the safe passage of civilians to the airport, and we intend to hold them to that commitment.
Today, the Taliban holding their first press conference since seizing power, promising amnesty for all those who worked with American and NATO forces, vowing not to hunt them down or seek retribution.
What guarantees will you give to the Afghans who are now hiding at home, who want to leave the country, who the Americans will transport? They can't get to the airport. So what guarantees?
We are assuring the safety of all those who have worked with the United States and allied forces, whether as interpreters or any other field that they have worked with them. As for their talents and their skills, we do not want them to leave the country. We want them to serve their own homeland.
And we met the foot soldiers now taking over security in the city.
Assalamu alaikum.
Now Afghanistan will be a safe place for you people, because we are saving the security. We don't permission other people to discover the security of Afghanistan.
So you're saying the country is now safe for foreigners?
Yes.
In a PR blitz, the Taliban also claiming women will be able to work and girls can continue their education, but making it clear the rights of Afghan women will follow strict Sharia law.
Women will be afforded all their rights, whether it is in work or other activities, because women are a key part of society. And we are guaranteeing all their rights within the limits of Islam.
These brave women journalists back on the streets of Kabul today, testing the militants' claims. But despite the public assurances, there are already reports of reprisals outside the capital. This former Afghan interpreter, now a refugee, pleading for his family who are still stuck in Afghanistan.
Do not punish my family. Do not leave them behind, because that's going to cause lots of life. If anything happened to my family, you know, how can I live that life after?
It is heart-wrenching to hear from these Afghans who helped the U.S. and their hopes now. Ian, I want to get back to that surreal moment today, that press conference that you attended, the Taliban promising that they will protect women's rights, that they will provide amnesty for Afghans who helped coalition forces. Obviously, the world watching that, but also asking, can they even be believed here?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they can only stand on their record, and it isn't good. Killing their enemies, zero rights for women. They have a lot to prove that they've changed. David?